Hello, welcome to this new video where I'm going to showcase my little bit unusual off-meta team that I used to play in the first cup in the Netherlands in the 2025 Play Pokemon season. This event takes place in Berkel and Roderijs, and for those who don't speak Dutch and believe this is not a real word, the I and the J together is pronounced as I. Hello, we are here in Berkel. I'm here with our host. You may know him. He's been around in our community a little bit. It's Greenbee. Greenbee, how are you doing? And can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, my name is Ben, or you know me at my in-game name Greenbee. I'm a mod for Inadequate on Twitch and for Thomas on Twitch. I used to make Pokemon data before Dracovic did a way better job than I did. And when locals came around, I decided to ask my local shop if I can host them here. So I got my professor degree and I'm hosting locals now.
He's a Pokemon professor. And what drove you to actually host for us here today?
It's a local community. I love to play myself, and there were not a lot of shops that could host Go. So I decided, okay, if nobody does it, then I do it.
It's all about the community. Thank you, Greenbee. Let's get this tournament started. This is the team that I brought: Shadow Feraligatr, Deoxys Defense, Guzzlord, Lickitung, Clodsire, Azumarill. You may recognize some elements from a previous video. This is again the Deoxys Defense Guzzlord core. This time I have Thunderbolt on Deoxys Defense because I have two water types to cover Glider, so I don't need Rock Slide as much. And on top of that, I also need to cover Azumarill a little bit better, so I have Deoxys Defense as my fighter to be able to hang on with Azumarill. I think other than that, Clodsire pairs well with Guzzlord to cover Annihilate a little bit. I like Player of an Hydro Pump on Azumarill, so it speaks for itself. And also Deoxys Defense makes an incredible core with Lickitung, so that is how the team is put together. First matchup will be against Snowman, who plays again with that triple flyer he's been playing for seasons with now, and also the Lantern, which has Water Gun now. My Guzzlords look really good into his team, and that's why I think his Skarmy also always comes out. I'm not exactly super strong into Skarmy. I do have Deoxys Defense with Thunderbolt. Lickitung actually so-so. Clodsire can win the Zero Shields if he doesn't Brave Bird, and Feraligatr is pretty good. Let's see how this is gonna go. I get the lead here, Guzzlord into Lickitung. This is fantastic. It has to be that Skarmy in the back. He safe switches the Annihilate, and this already tells me a lot about his playstyle. He probably thinks that Azumarill is only so-so of an Annihilate counter, but also I don't have Ice Beam, and that means that I don't pace as fast as a Play Rough. Plus, everything I throw is a Play Rough, so I cannot even bait him or anything, which makes this a pretty secure shield for him, and then it can get pretty annoying, because at some point I believe that this Annihilate can go straight Night Slash to actually either win or make the two shields extremely close. And taking shields down is kind of obnoxious, because then the Skarmy could take down my Feraligatr, and I kind of don't want that. Player off, shielded again. At this point, I'm like, well, I'm not gonna shield twice. I can't shield twice, so I'll let that go. Otherwise, my Feraligatr gets Brave Birded, and I don't want that. So he Night Slashes, which does nothing, then catches the player off on his Lickitung. I respect the catch, but it's fine, really, right? Because that Annihilate is basically into like Dragon Claw or Brutal Swing range. And then I have Feraligatr for that Skarmy, so I should be fine. I have shield advantage. Lickitung doesn't really have a terrible matchup here because Lick is resisted, but Body Slam does a good chunk of damage. I think I can Brutal Swing here and then farm down, come out with some energy. If the Annihilate comes back in, I should be able to just knock it out with some energy. And I might even be able to throw a Brutal Swing into the Skarmy as well. At this point, that isn't revealed yet, but I would assume that's in the back just because Skarmy is like his only Guzzlord. Skarmy and Annihilate are his Guzzlord checks. Going for the Dragon Claw here, should knock out the Annihilate. I don't hate Guzzlord into Annihilate, to be honest, just because he resists the charge stick usually. In the back, Skarmy gonna go for the Brutal Swing, and that should almost put it into Hydro Cannon range. This is where I love Shadow Feraligatr, because you resist the Steel Wings. Skarmy takes so long to get those charge stacks, while Feraligatr is so quick. In the two-shield scenario, you should be able to land the Hydro and even farm it all the way down. You can see how much that does. I take game number 1. Game number 2, I'm gonna get a little bit of an iffy lead here. It's gonna be Feraligatr into Lickitung, and I'm kind of ABA against this, but also not really. I'm gonna go for the Hydro Cannon here. Just gonna weaken this Lickitung. He doesn't really have other Azumarill answers in the back, but I do expect pretty much the same line at this point. 2 Hydro Cannon barely should knock out, but the calls are adding up. I'm gonna catch this, hopefully Power Whip on my Guzzlord. I expect him to bait though. And he does, unfortunately. In comes Annihilate, which is unfortunate. I guess he is predicting my Azumarill in the back, knowing that Annihilate has a little play here. If he would shield this gets really annoying, but he actually lets that go. The reason why it would get annoying is because I would have to shield Feraligatr to get my own energy off, and now I don't have to shield anything because I can still rely on Feraligatr. Feraligatr actually looks really good right now. If I can like land a Hydro and Shadow Claw down that Lickitung, I think I win this game quite cleanly. I'm gonna bubble this down. He comes in with the Scarion stuck for a little bit. Gonna go into Feraligatr now. This gets pretty tricky. He's gonna throw a charge attack to pull his shield first. A very smart play from Snowman. Maybe I should throw my Hydro Cannon as well to, but I didn't want to stall the clock. I want to farm up energy while the Steel Wings were still resisted, right? So I have a lot of energy now. Gonna fire off 2 Hydro Cannon. He throws the Body Slam right before me, and at this point, I think I can just land a Hydro and farm down, right? I think that's my best play, because I also need some energy for that Skarmory, I think. Although, I do have Hydro Pump on Azumarill, so maybe at this range not as much anymore. Actually, that says go. Can I get farm down? And he gets there on the very last second, unfortunately. If I threw that, I may have gone a shield KO, so maybe I should just done that, but I was so committed. And yeah, my Azumarill's just so low. I think I would have gone knocked out. Yeah, I mean, I get knocked out by a Sky Attack even here, so... No, I really needed the farm down, land the Hydro on that Skarmory, and then I probably would win that battle. But no, Snowman gets it. So that's game number 3. I'm a little bit pissed off by that Annihilate now. He just considered way too safe, even though I have Azumarill to check it every time. So I'm gonna bring both Clodsire and Azumarill this time. Clodsire is not exactly strong into Skarmory. I'm playing ABA here, but Clodsire can actually hang on quite well in the Zero Shields just because it's so freaking bulky. It's like Poison type Umbreon. 3 stones should be enough to knock out, and Snailman needs to land a Brave Bird to win a Zero Shield scenario. I assume Snailman knows this, so I'm actually going to shield it up. See if I can get like switch advantage. If I can get Azumarill on that Annihilate, that'd be great. And if he has Lickitung in the back, I want my Guzzlord on that. Let's see what he's gonna do. Brave Bird. I actually didn't expect the Skarmory lead, just because if he leads Skarmory into Feraligatr, he can't really swap anything in without taking massive damage. But yeah, he goes into Annihilate, goes for the Shadow Ball. I figured he won't bait here, and I want to keep this Azumarill healthy, so I will shield that up. If it is the Lickitung in the back, I still can put in a lot of work with my Azumarill. He ends up shielding that. See what he's gonna do now. Going for another Shadow Ball. If he double shields this gets pretty scary, but I do have an Earthquake stored on my Clodsire. The one thing that I'm quite prone to right now is that Skarmory can Brave Bird my backline. I would not like that, but he lets it go. Takes shield advantage for his backline, so he's going to expend energy now. An interesting play. If it's Lickitung in the back, I just win this. So let's see what's in the back. It's actually Altaria. He played ABB against Azumarill. A very smart strategy. Guzzlord wins the one shields here, but we're not in the one shields. I need to get this into like Stone Edge range, but he's smart. He no shields that, knowing it will do less damage. I'm gonna try to catch unsuccessfully. Get Charge Attack Purity here. I might barely hang on, might barely not. Let's see. I think at this point I'm fine though, because he expends his energy. I can just get the farm down. Can I now get that Skarmory down? It's very low, and barely able to do it there. Guzzlord pulling through for me. I win my first round.
Snowman, what have you come to do here today at this local tournament in Berkel?
Well, I came here to beat you, but that didn't really work out. I'll get you the next bout. That'll be okay. Don't worry about it.
I think you are going to the World Championships, right? Do you already have a team? Is the team that you use today, is that the team you have in mind for World Championships as well?
Ooh, yeah, it is on my mind. I'm not set yet, but it is on my mind. Yeah, that's something I'm thinking about.
Round 2 is against Dijon, and this is interesting. He changed his Umbreon to Talonflame, and that actually is much better for me, because Umbreon may have been a little bit of a problem for my Deoxys, Feraligatr, and Lickitung. But, I mean, I have Azumarill and Guzzlord, which are fine. Although, I must say, Guzzlord is, like, unplayable here, because he has Annihilate, Dugong, and Double Fairy. And it makes his Lickitung very good. So, because I cannot really properly answer it. Deoxys defense is only so into it. Well, here we go. Game number 1. Deoxys defense into Lickitung lead, of course. It has to be something like Double Fairy in the back, right? His Wigglytuff is quite good into my team. I'm going to throw a Psycho Boost and then get out into my own Lickitung, because if I draw the Wigglytuff, my Feraligatr in the back is safe. Lickitung lead is kind of iffy here. He throws one Body Slam, and that's just fine. Lickitung obviously takes damage quite comfortably. So now he goes into Azumarill, and I'm like, hold up, what are we doing here? Azumarill, not great into Lickitung. it's actually terrible. It's actually terrible into this matchup. I think he was better off staying into this matchup, but Azumarill also really does have a great matchup into Thunderbolt Deoxys defense. He has Ice Beam and Play Rough. Going for the Play Rough there, I think 2 Ice Beam would have been a little bit more, 1 bubble more efficient. But also, I don't even know if he can get there, because... yeah, he probably can. Let's see what I'm going to do here. I probably want to try and... do I want to try and flip this? What do I expect in the back here? It has to be something like Dugong, maybe even Annihilate. It's definitely not the Wigglytuff in the back, so I'm actually quite comfortable with that. Gonna get a farm down here and then see what he's gonna do. I'm up a shield, so we're just very fine here. Gonna go for a farm down on Feraligatr. I think if I went into Deoxys, he may have gotten to a charge stack, which I didn't want to take. And in the back is Dugong. I'm gonna go into Deoxys right away, get some counter damage in. And now he comes back in with Lickitung. Lickitung is just so good in Deoxys defense. Deoxys defense is not like Medicham into Lickitung, because you have a really low HP stat. You have high defense, but low HP means that that 1 turn fast attack does so much damage every time. Can he get to another one? No, he doesn't. And this is massive. He's gonna go for another charge stack. I don't really need Deoxys at this point anymore. Feraligatr, even without Crunch, does so fine into Dugong. The Shadow Claws add up, and the Ice Shards from Dugong are resisted. So he shields the first attack. I mean, at this point, there's not much play for him regardless, right? I think he might even go for an Ice Wind here, but yeah. He needs an Ice Wind and a Duron regardless. So Feraligatr with Crunch, just a little bit better into other water types, not named Azumarill. And that will seal the deal for me. Gonna get to the Hydro Cannon here, Charge Stack Birdie, and that is a 1-0 score for me. He ran Lickitung, Azumarill, and Dugong. Those are Pokemon he really likes using. And it's not ABA to Deoxys, because Deoxys is not weak to Lickitung. Or sorry, Lickitung is not weak to Deoxys. Game number 2, he has to bring Wigglytuff now, and he does. I'm ABA to this, so I have to stay in, but I do win the 0 shield scenario because I would get to a Hydro Cannon before he gets to 1 charge stack. And why is that? Because he doesn't run Swift! He has Disarming Voice, which does deal more damage, but it takes 1 more charm as well. So I will be able to win the 0 shield here. Gonna go for the Crunch. This would knock out, and if it doesn't, it still has a chance to debuff. So see if he shields that. He does go for Switch Advantage. It's fine by me. Now I will farm this down with Deoxys. Deoxys can take both charge stacks just fine. As long as my Guzzlord is not on this, I think I'm okay. Icy Wind, annoying. Now I'm debuffed. I'd rather had him throw Disarming Voice. He brings in his next fairy. Okay, that's 2 fairy types down. Surely it's not Annihilate or Dugong in the back, right? It has to be the Lickitung. Lickitung is just so safe for him to bring, right? Which is why I thought Guzzlord might be a good idea. So shooting this up, of course I can't have my Guzzlord on this Azumarill, so gonna go for another Thunderbolt. I need to knock out this Azumarill, but that Icy Wind debuff, that sucks. The Thunderbolt just does way too little damage now. So yeah, I gotta shield this as well, because it's still too healthy. He uses second Protect Shield on the Azumarill, and I can't have my Guzzlord on this man, because Dragon Tail is double resisted, Brutal Swing. I think 2 still wouldn't be enough to knock out, so I can't really do that either. At this point, can I get to a Psychic Boost before he gets to his Charge Stack? I do, on Charge Stack priority. Very nice. This hopefully knocks out, but I'm not entirely sure. It actually doesn't, and that sucks, because now if it's Dugong, I won't be able to get to another Psychic Boost, which I otherwise would have. In fact, it's Annihilate even. I don't know if I could have won it regardless. Even if I got to my Psycho Boost, he probably could just go straight Nice Slash in the 0 shield. So gonna go for Brutal Swing, but I don't get another Dragon Tail in, and Deoxys doesn't have any energy, so look at how close it actually gets. It's crazy. Deoxys are actually already down. So I lose round 2. He brought 3 counters to Guzzlord, which kind of makes sense because he has 4 to them. Alright, Deoxys defense into Dugong. Great. Let's see what he comes in with. With Azumarill, which is not really an answer. I'm going to build up some energy. I have Clodsire in the back this time for his Lickitung, for his Wigglytuff, and for his Annihilate. Also for Talonflame, but I don't expect Talonflame to come out. Shields the Thunderbolt. I go into my Lickitung here. Can soak this damage, and this is just Chef's Kiss. Perfect. Because Lickitung has such a dominant matchup here. This is not where you want to be with Azumarill. So I'm just going to take another hit here. Actually, I'm going to use protection here. The reason why is otherwise he can go straight Ice Beam. I don't like that. Or I just get too low. And if he swaps out, it's just a little bit annoying, right? So I want to preserve the Lickitung there. He actually swaps out. His time was up into Wigglytuff. The visuals are very misaligned here, so that makes it difficult to time, but I think I did it well. And then I want my Clodsire on this. Clodsire is a monster in this matchup because it's very bulky and it resists Charm. So, very fine here. The 1 shields actually can get quite nasty close because Wigglytuff will be able to get the 2 charge stacks then. Earthquake won't knock out Wiggly Tuff just yet, but I will be able to farm down. The energy is useful on both the Dugong and on Azumarill. Stone Edge is super effective on Dugong. I think two barely don't knock out with the debuff, I would say. Let's see. Should do a good amount of damage though. And Deoxys is still very healthy, so it should be fine, yeah. Still doesn't put it into the yellow. He throws right before my next Stone Edge. Good counting by Bijan. And I still have some energy on Lickitung as well, so it should be okay somewhat. Deoxys just countering through. Really good matchup here. Can farm up energy for the Thunderbolt. And it's just making me feel like Deoxys is just kind of back again. I make a misplay here. I predicted him to swap out, so I swapped really quick as well. And then I didn't throw my energy. Oopsie. Now I have to shield that. Because if I cannot farm it down, the bubbles might add up too low that Dugong might even threaten me. Unlikely though, Dugong's already so low. I'm gonna go for a body slam. His best play is probably to no shield, but then I counter him down, so there's not much he can do at this point to counter shoot take out this Dugong, and that's game over. I win the second round. I'm 1 win away from guaranteeing 50 championship points at the start of the season already. What I also want to mention real quick is that these local stores also hand out codes that you can redeem on the Niantic website. So we got like free star piece, free raid pass at the end of the tournament as well. I'm not going to pretend it's a lot, but keep that in mind if you play a local tournament.
Today's local is very stacked because we have another familiar name if you watch the European broadcast. We have Chun. It's the Dena Laurentis guy. Chun, have you brought the Dena and Laurentis today?
No, both not.
That's very nice for me because I'm extremely weak against it. We are actually playing against each other soon. How do you feel about playing against me?
It's always fun to play against you. So yeah, we will see how it goes today.
Are you going to RPS me?
We will see. You will see in the video.
Are you going to the World Championships this season?
No, I'm not going to, but I will go to some regionals next season. So hopefully you will see me.
So you're going to qualify for the next season?
I will try to.
Very good. Good luck, Chun, but not too much.
My next opponent is Chun, and he is known to be the Dena Laurentis guy. His team is a little bit whack with the Whimsicott. Whimsicott's really good into my Deoxys defense as well, so basically has 4 targets, you'd think. But Feraligatr is actually quite good into his Whimsicott because he doesn't have Seed Bomb, he has Grass Knot, and that means I outpace. Whimsicott's quite fragile, Feraligatr is quite attack weighted, so I think that's what I have to rely on, and I hope he doesn't see it coming. So here we go, I lead my Shadow Feraligatr into his Whimsicott. Perfect, let's see if theory translates well to practice. I'm just gonna go straight Hydro Cannon here. I'm actually building up to Ice Beam. I didn't know I would charge security, by the way, because both are pretty attack weighted. Of course, it's open team sheet, so he probably knows I don't have Ice Beam. Can just look at the team sheet in between. I'm gonna shield this up. You see how much that Hydro did, right? At this point, I can just claw down this Whimsicott. So Feraligatr wins the 2 shields here quite hard, actually. That is only the Shadow version. Regular needs some attack, I believe, to win the 2 shields straight Hydro Cannon. So I'm gonna shield this up. And also, that's only against Grass Knot. He has Grass Knot Moonblast. If it's Seed Bomb, then I would lose that. Farm it down, see what's in the back. I really can't afford to have that Whimsicott around when I have Guzzlord. Gonna throw the Hydro here, and now I make a misplay. I'm gonna go into my Guzzlord soon, but I was very well aware that it could be Registeel in the back. And if it's Registeel in the back, then I would be in trouble. At this point, he's so low though, so maybe not. Throws the Aerial Ace, and at this point I'm like, wait. Do you have a Lantern in the back? Water Gun Lantern? I know he likes that Pokemon. And he has Gligar. My Guzzlord is not that great. I've been trying to trade for so many times now. And I'm still trading for a better Guzzlord. But my Guzzlord is not that great into Gligar. So it will barely hang on here maybe. But I should be able to get to a Brutal Swing if I had a good Guzzlord here. But I don't. So Dragon Claw coming through. Should put the Gligar quite low. But man, Clodsire... Ugh, it doesn't do well here, man. That dig will almost put me in Dark Pulse range. I'm gonna try to catch a dig unsuccessfully. Perfect farm by Chun here. Going for the Aerial Ace. And then he can get to a dig on my Clodsire. I need to get rid of this. I think I need to get rid of this ASAP. Because if he goes into Mandibuzz... Let's see if he does. He does go into Mandibuzz. Now I can farm up energy. I need to be 2 away off another Stone Edge against the Gligar. I can let this go. That Dark Pulse doesn't do that much damage. I'm almost capped on energy here. I want to get like an uncharged, but the Mandibuzz almost has no HP, so there's not really an uncharged opportunity there. I'm gonna go for Stone Edge, and I outpace that Gligar just barely. Clodsire had little play in the back, but did what it needed to do, so good game. Game number 2, same lead for me, but a different lead from Chun. I kind of predicted this, but man, I should have let Azumarill, I guess. That's what I initially wanted to do. Azumarill is not that bad into his team. considering that I have Rage Steel and Lantern checked quite well with like my Clotsire plus Guzzlord. Catching the attack here on the Leaky Tongue, which doesn't have a great matchup in Mandibuzz either, but Mandibuzz already has been damaged, can hang on here. I need to bait out Rage Steel if there's one though, so let's see what he does. He still throws another attack. It makes me curious on what's going to be in the back. It shouldn't be Gligar because then he's ABA to Azumarill. It's Gligar, he went ABA to Azumarill. If I lead Azumarill there, he's toast. He's really toast. So, risky call from Chun there. Body Slam does a good chunk of damage on this Gligar. He's going to go straight for the attack here. If this area is, I think I hang on. But it's a dig, so he should be dry on energy now. I can farm up some more energy for that Mandibuzz. Getting Charge Attack Priority here. To maximize my energy, and I want to get to that attack as soon as I can on that Mandibuzz. Let's see, doesn't wait the clock as long, the catch fails, but he still throws an attack. So this makes me feel like, wait, is it Lantern? Is it Quagsire? Let's see, he still stays in, and I only then realize, wait, his tire probably wants up. In the back is Whimsicott, which is the worst. He's completely hard countering me. But it's not over exactly just yet. I can get some brutal swings off here. I'm afraid that this Whimsicott can like basically farm me down though. Probably not. Because even Dragon Tails start to add up, and another brutal swing with Dragon Tails will knock out. He actually goes for an attack here. Let's see. Grass Knot doesn't knock me out just yet, but the next Fairy Wind does. And here I make a misplay, because I miscounted how much energy he has. And now I'm in trouble, because I need to overfarm. In fact, I might even have to farm down to have a chance against that Mandibuzz. So I'm going to go for that. That is, I think, my only win condition. Mandibuzz already has one attack. I'm going to go for one Hydro Cannon here. I need 3 Hydro Cannon to win this battle with the Gator. Gator's a tough boy though. He only needs 2 areas, and I think he's pretty close to that, to be honest. Actually, I should have won this battle at this point, because if he throws an attack now, I have the Hydro Cannon, and I believe he needs one more Snow. Even if he has a Snow, it doesn't matter, because for Alligator, wins Charge Attack Priority against Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz loses Charge Attack Priority to about everything, to be honest, just because it's so bulky. And that should take it down. I win this matchup 2-0, despite being like entirely hard countered. There also was a challenge. I brought a team with only water types in there, but I got a buy in there, and it was just a few battles to find it worth my time making a video out of it. Snowman won that challenge.
That was it here, the local in Berkel, both a cup and a challenge. I'm here with the competitors just to ask real quick how it went. Dijon, real quick, how did it go for you?
Very bad. I lost everything, except for the buys, but no problem. I learned a lot.
So you got 2 wins.
Yeah, I got 2 wins.
Very nice. Snowman, how did it go for you? I believe you got points, right?
I got the most points here, guys. I won.
That's a lie.
No, what? I got second in the cup and first in the challenge.
He didn't lie. He's right.
But I did lose to this guy, so it's a loss for me.
Then we have Tristan. Tristan won the challenge last Wednesday in Leiden. How did it go this time for you, Tristan? Did you get championship points?
I did get points in the challenge, and I proved that your Utrecht team was still very good.
If that was the case, then you would have won.
I beat you, so...
Chan, the final player to ask, how did it go for you today?
It went pretty well, but unfortunately no points for today. Whimsicott is not good enough.
What was the idea behind the Whimsicott?
To counter all your waters today.
They didn't do very well into it. All right, thank you so much. So, not too bad. I got 50 points myself. Totally flopped in the challenge. We'll try again next time.
That was the video. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Wait. Do not forget, this. If you want to beat this guy, his ego is here, but his teams are here. So if you make a team that's a little bit higher, you have a good shot at winning. Just RPS this man. That's easy. Yeah.
Yeah, take notes from the guy who lost from me.